Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Trading Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach and author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. All this week, I am talking to Germany and Kayla from Sloppy Dogs, and they're out of Houston, Texas. These ladies are a bundle of energy offering great service and have transformed the humble hot dog into something amazing. Today, we get to know a little bit about the sisters and how eye-opening it can be working with family.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadline so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
We're Sloppy Dog, and we're located in Houston, Texas. Right now, we are operating Wednesday through Saturday, but we're planning on opening more days.
Do you guys do daily setups, or do you only do daily setups, or have you done events in the past?
Initially, our goal was to be stationary.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do get a lot of requests for events, Amazon, big corporate companies will contact us for events, schools, and things of that nature. So yes, we try to be stationary, but we do move occasionally for events.
Okay. That's awesome. I know you said you're in Houston, but Houston's such a big metropolitan area. Exactly, specifically, where are you guys at in Houston?
Spring, Texas.
Spring, Texas. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It left off.
Well, we live in. You're talking about where we live or where the truck?
Where the truck is.
Yeah. So the truck is in Houston, Texas, on West Little York and near Barker Cypress.
Okay. When I drove there, it looked like a pretty busy area. A lot of businesses and stuff around you. Does that seem to help?
Yeah. So initially, when we started out, we were in Humble, Texas. We left Humble, moved to Spring, Texas, went back to Humble, Kingwood. Now we're in Houston. Is that we need to be in an area with high traffic. Even though we knew that in the beginning, like we really saw it for ourselves that we need to be in a location where there's constant traffic passing by.
One of the things that I recommend to people is they check out the site and see how many people are going by. Until you actually see it like you guys did, you just don't know how important that is. Have you guys done any private events or private catering?
Yes, we have. We did it for a construction company. It was humongous. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun event.
Yeah.
Some of these companies really go all out for their employees.
Yeah.
I was so jealous. I was like, I've never worked at a place that did this. Like they had a petting zoo, a live band, 3 food trucks, bounce house, a mechanical bull.
And we did it for TSU.
A university here.
Yeah.
We do them quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think other private events. A church. That was big. And all of our events, we have a minimum, so that's the good thing.
How did y'all arrive at your minimum? A lot of people always ask that.
So we set a goal for ourselves, and our minimum daily is 2,000. So whenever people call us out for events, we tell them our minimum is 2,000. So that's kind of how we derived at that number.
Okay. And does that seem to pay all the bills and still give money for you guys as well?
No.
It helps. It helps a lot. But we need more than that. I'll say that.
Well, you always need more than that. Always need more than that. One thing that I actually skipped right over was you guys said your name of the business, but you didn't introduce each of you guys. So let's have your guys' names as well.
I am Keela. I am the chef / owner.
And I'm Germany management side of Sloppy Dog.
Okay. All right. So are you guys equal partners, or is one person in charge? How's that work?
I want to say we're equal, but we both do a lot of our job. So I do a lot lot of the cooking and making sure everything is ordered right
And she does all the business stuff. I can't do her job.
Okay.
Put it that
Yeah.
way.
So we're equal. However, she tends to stay in her lane and I stay in my lane.
Right. And that makes perfect sense. I mean, everybody brings skills to the table. So as long as you stay within your own skill set, it should be an awesome partnership. How long have you guys, I know you're sisters, right?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you guys actually worked together? Is this the first time or have you done it before?
This is the first time that we've worked so closely. Like it was it's a very eye-opening experience to work so closely with a family member.
But at the same time, we did meal prep.
We did meal prep prior to Sloppy Dog, but we weren't stuck in a trailer for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Right.
That makes sense.
So we've definitely learned a lot about each other over this last year.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. So when it comes to being busy, who handles stress better?
Who handles stress better?
Yeah. Not to point fingers or anything.
Ooh. So my stress comes from getting the orders out in a timely manner.
Right.
That really stresses me out. Like I am like looking at the ticket, looking at my watch, looking at the ticket, looking at my watch.
Right.
And I'm trying not to be like overbearing or micromanage her. But, I'm like, yeah, they've been waiting 12 minutes already.
Yep.
Hey, they've been waiting 15 minutes already. So I try to do it in a respectful way.
The other day when you guys made our food, was that typically how fast y'all go?
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Yes, if we don't have a line.
Right.
So yeah, it take how long did it take you to make theirs? Probably less than 10 minutes, maybe?
Oh yeah, way less.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I have that internal clock. When you work in food so long and everything has some type of timer with it, internally this has got to be almost done cooking, or man, they've been waiting too long without looking at a watch or a clock. I know exactly what y'all mean. It stresses me when people wait. I just can't stand it. Let's talk about y'all's social media. Go ahead and give me your links verbally, and then I'll put them in the description of the podcast for every one of them. So that way people can find you guys.
Okay, our social media on Facebook, it's Sloppy Dog, SLOPPYDOGG. On Instagram, it is also Sloppy Dog. However, it's sloppy_dog, double G.
Are those the only two that you have right now?
Yeah, and then we have just our email address, which is sloppydog123@gmail.com.
We're working on Twitter.
We've discussed getting a Twitter, but Facebook and Instagram is a lot to manage in itself.
Yes, it is. It is. Do you guys have a website as well?
Sloppydog.com.
Sloppy Dog. Okay. Does that have your menu on it as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So let's talk about your setup. You guys have a trailer. How big's your trailer?
8.5 by 16.
8.5 by 16.
Yes.
Talk about some of the equipment you got in there that you really love and some of it you wish you could change out.
So we have a fryer, 2-basket fryer, 4 burners. We have a 24-inch flat top grill, 24-inch charbroiler, and then we have a steam table. Crazy thing about our trailer, and I mentioned this when you came out as well, the builder, she told us, hey, all of the equipment will be custom made. We had no knowledge of what custom made meant. I'm like, oh, custom, nice. Okay, that sounds fancy. Put it in. We were in the beginning stages. We didn't really do a lot of research on equipment. We're like, oh yeah, that's fine. As long as we have so when we got there to pick the trailer up, we were looking at the equipment like, what is this? Like it really looked like they built it like with, what is that thing? Like like they welded it together, like fire sparks, like, so it was it's not what you, I guess, normally see in a food truck. It's not like a Avantco or like all those major brands.
Right. But it gets the job done for you.
Right. It does. But the fryer that she initially put in there was similar to like, how you fry like fish or chicken on the stove.
Yeah.
It was basically a insert, and underneath it, it had a burner. Our first day operating, We dropped one basket of fries. It doesn't like, if it drops to like 250, there's no way of it like recouping like all of those, it's not going to go back up to 350.
No.
So we got a long line. We got people waiting for fries and chicken. And we're like, oh my gosh, the fry's not working. The fry's not working. Like we dropped something, nothing, no sizzle, there's absolutely nothing. So that's when we first knew that we had a problem. You got to take this out and put a real fryer in here because there's no way we could operate with a fryer like this. Like it was crazy.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Sloppy Dog's business goals, and they may not be exactly what you think. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful in your business, please consider becoming a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. If you like being around like-minded positive people, join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members from all levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They all are there to help each other succeed. And again, thank you so much for listening. Come back tomorrow because, I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your business.